Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Many guys are concerned about how much to trust their Filipina with finances, with money. Today I will reveal why I suggested my wife get a credit card for herself. Subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea and I will give you help in having a serious relationship with a woman from the Philippines. Comments are always encouraged. Get notifications and share the videos with someone who could benefit. I believe there should be trust, otherwise the relationship is just off to a bad start. No one can know everything about their spouse, and to some extent, all you may know about the Filipina you decide to marry is what has been revealed to you, either circumstantially or verbally. We got married real quick, 54 days, but I made sure to talk to her about finances, and we continue to. Money needs to be handled with extreme discretion in the Philippines. I would guess that in a family of 8, maybe only 2 or 3 are working. Often that is the daughters. I mean, generally. They may have to sacrifice what they have for themselves in order to provide for mama, papa, and the rest of the family. This is just the way it is. It may be of necessity, but I still think highly of the woman that does this, such as my wife. I saw it firsthand when I met her the first time and married her. I knew she handled her money situation well. She was a teacher, special needs children, but this does not necessarily illustrate how she would handle her own money in marriage or how she views the total money situation from the present until my passing. Since it is believed that money issues, disagreements are a leading factor in divorce, you want to make sure that before you marry a Filipina, you have discussed the importance of handling money properly in your marriage. The Bible says a lot about how we should handle money or our wealth. By the way, most of us in America are the wealthy of the world. When we hear about wealthy and having wealth, that's America. Many Filipinos live in poverty, much worse than what we consider poverty over here in the United States. I told my wife that all of our money is all of our money. In other words, it is not a matter of hers or mine, but ours. This is true even though when she got here, all of it was money I earned through a pension, 401k, and what I'm earning by working 6 days a week and will receive someday, Lord willing, in Social Security. I am 58 as of today. I insist my wife go to as many meetings as she can with me to our financial advisor, which she does, because it's her money too. And she needs to become educated on how to handle finances. She needs to know, for example, that when she is 60, she can apply for my full Social Security. We need to know when she can get her 401k from working in the United States when we retire in the Philippines. She works full time. She insists on it. And I think, what if I had $10 million or won the lottery, which I don't? A good Filipina won't want you to work to help her family. She considers that her job, and it's shameful if she doesn't do that. So it's not about your willingness to help, it's about her honor. I think it is wise to allow her to do that, even if it isn't necessary, but that has been talked about in other videos. She has been shown how to manage our bills with online banking and how to write checks for a few of them. And she's not crazy about writing checks, but she is aware of all of our expenses. She is not all that excited about managing this or transferring all of our spending to our budget spreadsheet. But I think it is important how she sees we are paying for things and where our money is going every month and how much. This includes how we are faring compared to, the typical budget, the typical month. Believe me, she wants to learn how to do things. She's been mowing the lawn. She even put the lawnmower together out of the box. She uses a lawn edger. She does so many things for us. She assembled our charcoal grill. These are things I couldn't do. She is an amazing woman, but I can understand why the money things could be a little intimidating, since she simply has been used to living day to day and using money to spread around to the whole family. After a few years, I decided to trust her with her own credit card. I know some people think that's a recipe for disaster. She has wanted to get one, for a long time, and I encouraged her to. She knows how to use it. She's booked hotels and things like that. Anything she thinks is important. I don't, she doesn't have any restrictions on that. It's really hard to learn responsibility with shackles on, so I don't do that to her. She understands we won't charge anything we can't pay off right away. as using it is for ease of doing some things, and to establish her credit. She has been trustworthy with our money, as I do not hide our credit card or our checkbooks from her. I trust her, end of story. Her name is on all of our accounts. She insisted on one credit card that has rewards on it and that has paid off. She also has been with me to, to the attorney who wrote our will. Might need it soon. So I want her aware of all things financial, even though initially it might be a little overwhelming. But I insist she know how to properly handle money, and to do that I have to trust her with it. She has been working here in America for about 4 years. Also works overtime. She's very responsible. She wanted to buy a car and to pay for it herself. As I told her, we can't afford a second car unless she buys it. She wants something to save for, and a car is a good idea. I tried to help her buy a car with her favorite color, yellow, but we noticed there weren't many yellow cars out there, and the ones that there were kind of on the small side. But I wanted her to drive something larger for safety, even if it cost more. I love it that she prefers to pay everything in cash, saving if she doesn't have it. And that includes her future car. But for the sake of building credit, we decided to make a down payment and pay it off in 4 years. She has her own checking account. We share our main checking account. She pays for our cable bill and my phone bill and her phone bill. That's all I ask her to do. She also pays the lion's share of our house in the Philippines, for those who think I paid for it as some kind of inducement to marry her. She is investing from each paycheck she has into her own 401k and gets matched for that as well. I wanted her to know that she was able to save a good amount of money on her own when we retire someday to the Philippines. She also sends money home monthly. She asked me not to help her family anymore, as she said, quote, "You have done enough already." Since I love her family, I will certainly be helping them still. When I pass away, it is my responsibility to have done everything I can to prepare her financially for life without me. That is because I love her. I am so happy to know that when that day happens, she will have an exceptional resources, and our main financial advisor was about 5 years older than her, so she could be valuable for a long time still. That person has already told me that she will make sure Isa is taken care of in the future as far as help. I have tried to teach her about planning for the future, which is not a skill she is likely to learn in the Philippines because it's so much day to day. She is realizing that with having money comes responsibility to use it wisely. If she ever had ideas that money grows on trees around here, she's learned that it doesn't. She's amazed at how much taxes we pay. It is a good thing for us that she is frugal. I have allowed, we talk about purchases with each other ahead of time, her to buy shoes, purses, sunglasses, as she really likes those things. I've even bought her shoes and clothes that I thought flattered her, so I'm not being miserly at all. I encourage her to help her family, and I want her to visit home when she needs to and wants to. The prosperity gospel does exist in the Philippines, and I denounce that, and she knows why. She works overtime, likes the idea of saving money. She even wants her siblings to learn to save a certain amount each week so they can have it in the future. Gambling is a problem in the Philippines since there's a lot of poverty, but my wife instead will be a wise earner and saver. Learn to trust your Filipina wife with money. After you marry, you are loved beyond the sea.